To tackle France's unemployment rate of 23%, the Prime Minister, Dominique de Villepin, passed a measure called the Contrat Première Embauche, CPE, or First Employment Contract, on February 9, 2006. This measure gave employers the right to fire anyone under the age of 26 without explanation within 2 years of their hire date. After the measure was passed, students began protesting the CPE, and many French universities went on strike. I decided to document the events surrounding the public's reaction to the CPE in an attempt to explore the concept of the French collective identity and how it manifests in its relationship with revolutionary social movements. The events of May 1968 have greatly impacted this identity. It all began when students at Nanterre University, located on the outskirts of Paris, joined together to protest the educational system that was in place. Their efforts led to a series of massive strikes against the French government.
I was in graduate school at the time, and I had made arrangements to spend 6 weeks in France. In the last weeks of the semester, I would say some strange rumors drifted across the Atlantic, but it was also a time of agitation on American campuses, so I hadn't paid much attention to them. And then one of my professors, who was a visiting professor from France, 2 days before I left, mentioned that he thought things were pretty strange in Paris particularly, but in the rest of France. So I got on the plane very innocently, and it was in the middle of May, after the major demonstrations in Paris. Paris by that time was essentially shut down. The general strike was on. The Sorbonne was occupied. A lot of the other major buildings were occupied, including the theater, the Odéon in the 5e arrondissement was occupied. And I found everyone in the street, everyone talking to everyone else. It was really very exciting. And I went to some of the open events in the occupied Sorbonne and at the Odéon, and I talked to people. Everyone had an opinion about everything. It was great.
On March 9th, students occupied the Sorbonne as they had done in 1968. They were forced to leave by authorities. Eventually, an iron fence was put in place around the perimeter of the university, preventing anyone from entering.